Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Covering the Hamas-Israeli ceasefire that went into effect today. Actually, it started at 8:30 Jerusalem time, local time, but there was breaches from the Israeli side as there was air strikes that killed 8 Palestinians and wounded 25 others. Well, to shed more light on the first day of the ceasefire went into effect, we have the pleasure to have with us over the phone our dear guest, His Excellency Ambassador Gamal Baioumy, former Assistant Foreign Minister. Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon, how are you?
Well, Your Excellency, the ceasefire went into effect today at 8:30 Jerusalem local time. But what happened is that the Israeli side have breaches the ceasefire, and there was strikes on Palestinians who were moving to go back to their homes or residence. So what happened is that 8 Palestinians were killed and 25 others were injured. After this, the office of Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu announced that the truce or the ceasefire is going to go into effect at 15 minutes past 11 Jerusalem local time, saying that the Hamas did not give the list of the detainees who were going to be freed today. After this, Hamas said the names of 3 women who are going to be released today. How did you follow this picture from the start of the day?
Unfortunately, this is something I was expecting, because I was expecting this, that the ceasefire will not take place for one reason or another, because we are dealing with a Prime Minister who will be put in jail if this war will stop. So he is doing all his best to continue the aggression against the Palestinians. So we have one person who is not in favor with stopping the aggression. Another person who is not in favor of stopping the aggression is the armament industry. They sold in our area new weapons by $80 billion in the last year. So how they leave this for us?
Yes. Yes.
I do not trust also the coming president of the United Nations, of the United States. The main partners we are dealing with do not in favor of stopping the war, unfortunately. But of course we are giving the peace any chance we can give, and we hope we can restore again the situation in the coming few days.
Yes, yes. Actually today, as the ceasefire agreement said, 600 trucks are waiting to enter the Karam Abu Salim, and already 108 trucks have entered through the Karam Abu Salim crossing, and every day, as the agreement said, 600 trucks are going to enter to Gaza. How did you see this, of course, from the Egyptian side?
This is one piece of good news, because really I am worried very much about the children who are drinking not healthy water at all.
Yes.
The water, not the food. There isn't healthy water, there isn't food or medicine, whatever you need to live. So let us say that this is one good point, and I hope we continue this process, and we shall never reserve any effort in order to help our brothers in Palestine, because they are part of us. We have a big Egyptian community, whether in Palestine, we have big bigger Palestinian community in Egypt. We have a sort of marriage between Egyptians and Palestinians. We have now children who have double nationality, Egypt and Palestine. So we are here talking about the Egyptian interest, not only the Palestinian.
Yes. Well, actually, today and yesterday also, the Minister of Health, Khaled Abdel Ghaffar, and also Minister of Social Solidarity, Maya Morsi, were inspecting the readiness of the hospitals in order to receive the injured Palestinians to come to take their medicines and to be cured here in Egypt, in Sinai and in El Arish hospitals. Also, the two ministers have followed up on the Egyptian Red Crescent preparations for this action, and they also followed up the work of North Sinai hospitals and made sure of its efficiency of the medical teams and its availability of all medications and medical equipment. How did you follow this news?
I pray God to help Maya Morsi, our Minister of Social Solidarity, and the Minister of Health also. They have a big burden in order to satisfy what we should do. A big responsibility, because we have victims and people who are wounded or people who need serious health care. So I am sure that our ministers wouldn't hesitate to give whatever it takes to help the Palestinians who need medical care or health care or whatever. I hope that this will continue. As Egyptian, yes, I vote for this, whatever it takes of cost or whatever it takes of our effort.
Yes. The mediation of Egypt and the great role that Egypt have played during 1 year or 14 months since the war began in order to reach to a truce or a ceasefire. Could you give us an idea about the role of Egypt?
Yes, this is our role, and we never hesitate to take it. And of course, Egypt has its ways, and the good thing that Egypt and Jordan are the only Arab countries who is quite clear that they have diplomatic relations and peace treaty with Israel, and we are using this for the sake of the Palestinians. Because I am telling you this because I want our audience, because the public opinion in the Arab countries, especially in Egypt, are a little bit dissatisfied. They are angry because they need harsh measures against Israel. Can I tell you a secret here? Our ambassador in Tel Aviv is not in Tel Aviv, and the ambassadoress of Israel in Cairo is not in Cairo. But we do not declare this. We do not want to start harsh positions, because we still need the contacts with Israel in order to satisfy our need to send those 600
trucks.
Yes, trucks in order to cover whatever the Palestinian need.
Yes.
We need the direct relations with Israel in order to stop the war. We need the direct relation with Israel in order to allow us to drop by air forces what the Palestinians need. We cannot do this without direct contacts with Israel.
Yes.
So the peace treaty is well used in a good attention in order to cover whatever we need or the Palestinian needs.
Yes. So, Your Excellency, Ambassador Baioumy, so by this we can say that Egypt's aim from the start of war was mediating in order to reach to a truce or a ceasefire, and to be able to send the humanitarian relief and the medical aid to the Palestinians, and that was the two aims of Egypt concerning this issue in order to put an end to the human suffering of the Palestinians?
Yes, of course, and we shall never hesitate to give whatever it takes. And here I must say that also the American played a certain role, because they are the only power in the world who can convince Israel to stop the aggression. Qatar also, I appreciate very much the role of Qatar, because although it is the smallest Arab country, but still they have good relations with Hamas. They still have the ways to finance whatever it takes to restore the civil life again and to rebuild those thousands of buildings which were dropped down because of the Israeli aggression.
Yes.
So it is a sort of combined effort between Egypt, Qatar, and the United States, which put us in the actual situation, and I hope this will take success in the coming few days.
Yes, Your Excellency Ambassador Baioumy, also concerning the agreement and the 2 or the 3 phases of the agreement, could you give us an idea about the ceasefire agreement, the exchange of hostages from the Israeli side and the Palestinian side? Today 3 Israeli women are going to be released, also 95 Palestinians are going to be released today, isn't it? Yes, give us an idea, please.
I realize that the number of Palestinians are who are hostages by Israel are much more than the Israelis in the hands of Hamas.
Yes.
But this is the deal. But I have my worry here, because who can guarantee that Israel will not again capture them or others and so on? So the deal is very delicate, and there isn't a guarantee that Israel will continue this peace process. But we have to wait and see how it would go. And here we are using all our peaceful efforts in order to continue the peace process.
Yes. Your Excellency Ambassador Baioumy, we saw since the start of the ceasefire today in the morning on the screens thousands of displaced Palestinians carrying their clothes, their tents, their children, and trying to head to their homes on Sunday after the ceasefire went into effect. And we saw this since the morning. And they were very happy when the reporters spoke to them on the television channels. They were very happy, and they were singing and chanting, despite the great loss that they have lost. Every family have lost, of course, a son or a daughter or a father or a mother. They lost their loved ones, and actually they are heading back to their homes, and despite that they may have lost relatives and loved ones under the rubbles. Why do we see this happiness in the Palestinian side, despite the great loss that they have lost?
This is normal, because even with their losses of their families, they are still alive. And they're still hoping that they will continue their normal life. Here we are, the right of returning back for a Palestinian, of course we should defend it strongly. And really it is amazing that if anybody deny the right of a Palestinian to go back to his home, which is hundreds of meters in front of him, and we give a Jew who is living still in Russia or the United States to come and occupy this land. Here is the equation. And I think that we should insist for the right of return for a Palestinian who is still want to go back to his home, even if his home is destroyed. He has the right to rebuild his home, and this is a continuous process. What I want to assure our audience that it is not an easy task. It is very difficult. We are dealing with somebody who is not trustful, and we should continue. A deal is a deal, and we shall do whatever it takes in order to continue this deal for the favor of our Palestinian brothers.
Yes, concerning today the decision of ministers to resign from the government of Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, give us an idea.
Yes, because we always consider Mr. Netanyahu as a sort of hard position. Yes, but there are harder than him. And there are, I always say that it's not a problem of hard position minister, but the problem that we have ignorant people who do not know how really to rule a country. They do not how to deal according to the international law of war, because wars has international agreements, Vienna Agreement, to cover what should a country fighting another country to do.
Yes.
But those ignorant people, one of them said something which was a secret that Israel doesn't want to declare at all, that they have atomic bomb. We tried in the last 25 years to make Israel confess that they have an atomic bomb. And they never declare. And once Shimon Peres told us that why should I say the truth if it satisfy you? This is a position of Israel, and one minister, one ignorant minister, declares this secret of Israel, of his own country. So we are dealing with something unpredictable, and we never have seen something like that. So we shouldn't be astonished if we see something not expected or unpredictable. This is the name of the game.
Do you think that there's a conflict between the members of the government? Because as they resigned, they said that they will not try to bring down Netanyahu's government.
Yes, I want to uncover something. That once Shimon Peres told us that this is not a country like Egypt where you are Egyptian if you are from Alexandria and you are Egyptian if you are from Aswan. This is a country combined of 72 nationalities. And they don't talk the same language except if they talk Hebrew. So 72 nationalities are in this land and this country. So you do not expect something harmonized between them.
Yes.
That's why I am drawing the attention that since the establishment of Israel, 1948, one party never got the majority in the parliament. They never have one party to rule. That's why they are a combined of different parties, because never in the life of Israel that one party won 50% plus one. No, they are different facts, different nationalities, different culture. So you have to deal with this also, that you do not expect what you can expect.
Yes, yes. Actually, when there was a truce between Lebanon and Israel, Israel have breached the truce at the start of the truce, in the early hours of the truce, and that's what happened today when the truce between Israel and Gaza Strip today started. They also breached so is this their way to start a truce or a ceasefire?
Because you are not dealing with a respectable government, you are dealing with persons. and you do not expect what they are doing. I do not see anything logic which I can explain. This is a sort of personal reaction of persons who have nothing in common to deal. They do not represent one opinion, no, they are representing 72 countries occupying the Palestinian territory. This is the situation. So really, I'm not astonished about this reaction of Israel. And if we are dealing with a sort of wise government, yes, they should overcome such an incident if there is an attack here or there, because the peace is a goal which we all want to reach. But they don't want, they do not, in their deep attention, they do not want the peace.
Yes. Can we say that Israel, by breaching the truce at the start of the hours of the truce or the ceasefire, wanted to the other side to react in order to spoil the whole agreement?
Yes, you can say that, because as I said, there are...
Because what if the other side replied?
Yes, my worry that the main partners
reacted,
on the other side,
yes, or reacted in strikes.
They are not in favor of peace.
Yes.
They are put in the corner. That's why they accept the truce. But in their deep mind, they don't want to stop the aggression. They want to continue in order to establish more and more settlements. And the good thing that the famous magazine, The Economist, they said that this is a ghost settlement. They establish settlements in order to gain the land, but they do not have persons to occupy these settlements. This is the situation. And there is a new factor in the situation now in Israel, that many people who came to Israel as the paradise of the world, they discover that their own countries, the original countries from where they are coming, is much better. So now we have a resettlement, that people who came to Israel recently, they left it. And yesterday in the newspapers, you will find that 500,000 people left Israel in the last few months. So yes, Israel is diminishing while they want to expand. A very complicated situation, and they will continue like that. On the other side, the Palestinian number is getting increasing, and one day, I think now, from now on, the Palestinian on their land, they will be much outnumber the Israelis, and then Israel will be circulated, whether on its own border, that they have enemies on the Syrian border, on the Lebanon border, on the Palestinian border, and they are not the best friends of Jordan or Egypt. How a country can live like that?
Yes. Your Excellency, Ambassador Baioumy, some international analysts said yesterday that the worst thing for Israel is freeing Palestinian hostages. So that's why they are not completely with the ceasefire agreement. What's your comment on this?
Yes, this is a harsh decision. We do not expect that Israel is doing it while they are relaxed. Of course, they are not happy while freeing their hostages. But on the other hand, I am worried.
But in exchange of Israeli hostages,
I am worried very much that they are going to recapture the hostages. So what can you do then?
Yes. They are going to. They may capture them once again.
Exactly. That's what I expect. Or capture other people.
Okay. Okay, thank you very much for your time. Thank you for your valuable information, Your Excellency Ambassador Gamal Baioumy, former Assistant Foreign Minister. I really had the pleasure to have this phone with you, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much for following us in this coverage. My name is Amal Mukhtar. Thank you for watching.